There is peace on earth for him who sends goodwill to man. Welcome to Jar Your Mind. My name is Joey. Today we are talking about altruism and giving an intention for another. I was listening to Brian Scott yesterday interview a fascinating woman, Lynne Mctaggart, who has done groundbreaking work on consciousness and has researched and experimented with group thought and healing ourselves and each other through the power of thought. And I will link Brian's interview with her in the description. I was really taken by one part of the interview where they are discussing the idea of altruism. And she says when a person gets stuck, she said she will encourage the person, as she calls it, to get off yourself and begin to focus on intending for someone else. She gave an example of how one woman in her mastermind was stuck with getting nowhere on a book she was writing, told her to get off herself. So she began intending for another woman in her group. And when she did, not only did this person see an enormous transformation, but she, the sender, saw a complete turnaround. And she randomly, out of nowhere, at a store, met a book coach, and not only does she have this book published now, but it's a bestseller on Amazon. She goes on to say how while writing her book, The Power of Eight, she researched the science of altruism and found that undeniably, people who do things for other people, no matter how small, live longer, healthier, and happier lives. So the next day, which is actually today as I'm recording this, I was doing my morning routine and I was going through my intentions for the day, and I was asking for intuition to lead me today because I knew I had the whole day today without any appointments or obligations outside of just sitting at the desk and really producing some content. And so I just asked for clarity and intuition to know exactly what to do. So I finished my morning routines and I was sitting at the computer, still kind of unsure exactly where I was going to go today. And I see the Florence Scovel Shinn book, as I had just recently done a video about, expectations and what you expect out of life is what you get, and that you already have all of the gifts of God because you cannot separate God the giver and God the gift, and all is within you. So I said, you know what? Let me just flip open a page. And I open it to this exact page I am going to read to you now. This is from The Game of Life and How to Play It, page 21, from the complete works of Florence Shinn. And you will see how all this is going to come together. It was Christ's message, peace on earth, goodwill towards man. The enlightened man, therefore, endeavors to perfect himself upon his neighbor. His work is with himself, to send out goodwill and blessings to every man. And the marvelous thing is that if one blesses a man, he has no power to harm him. For example, a man came to me asking to treat for success in business. He was selling machinery, and a rival appeared on the scene with what he proclaimed was a better machine, and my friend feared defeat. I said, first of all, we must wipe out all fear and know that God protects your interests, and that the divine idea must come out of the situation. That is, the right machine will be sold by the right man to the right man. And I added, don't hold one critical thought towards that man. Bless him all day, and be willing not to sell your machine if it isn't the divine idea. So he went to the meeting, fearless and non-resistant, and blessing the other man. He said the outcome was very remarkable. The other man's machine refused to work, and he sold his without the slightest difficulty. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which spitefully use you and persecute you. And this was in italics right here. This part is the first thing I saw when I opened this book today. Goodwill produces a great aura of protection about the one who sends it, and no weapon that is formed against him shall prosper. In other words, love and goodwill destroy the enemies within oneself. Therefore, one has no enemies on the external. There is peace on earth for him who sends goodwill to man. I said, well, I guess I know what I am supposed to do today now. Intuition. And now, of course, we're going to do a short meditation on intending for another. And on a side note, Lynne's research found that these short intention segments could be less than 10 minutes and still be just as effective. And if you are a follower of this channel, you know that some of my videos are only 5 to 15 minutes long. As long as you have the intention and a little focus, there's so much power in that. So anytime you are stuck and you need to get off yourself, do an intention for another and see what happens. I was stuck this morning briefly, and I asked God to give me the intuition to know how to best serve others. And He provided like in an instant. The universe will answer and will provide, and gave me the clarity. So God is the giver and the gift. You are the giver and the gift, and there is peace on earth for him who sends goodwill to man. So when you are ready, we are going to do a short meditation on sending goodwill to a specific person. So I want you to find a comfortable place to relax just for a few minutes and focus on an intention for another. Breathe in and breathe out as you zone in on a particular person you want to send your healing thoughts to. You are a powerful being of energy, and your thoughts will reach this person through your faith. Prayer, as Neville Goddard says, by definition, is an act of faith. It is not by works, but by faith that we move mountains. And that is what we are doing today. Jesus says these things. By these things, he was referring to his healing power. These things I do, you can do, and even more. His faith in knowing that he and the Father are one, the giver and the gift. His faith was a lesson to us that we too can heal ourselves and others through faith, through the power of our minds, and with the power of love, because God is love. Get a specific person in your imagination. See them now. See their plight or health issue or circumstance or challenge they are facing, or maybe you want to send them a gift of just feeling peace or happiness. Set your intention specifically and focus on that intention as you look at this person in your imagination now. What goodwill would you like to send them? And now, as you continue to focus your imagination on this person, breathe deeply as you put your hands on them, giving them your intention of pure and powerful and healing energy. As you do this, you feel the warmth of your hands as this transmission is taking place right now in your imagination. And it does not matter if they are hundreds or thousands of miles away. You are powerfully sending this message to them with goodwill and love. Imagine and feel into the power of this act, and keep breathing your energy from your heart to theirs, knowing it is reaching them and healing or restoring them in this very moment. See the healing begin to happen in their body if it is a physical healing, or see them smile and laugh if it is an emotional healing, or see them in abundance or in a situation of their challenge being remedied by your intention, watching as they are living from the state of the wish fulfilled, as Neville says, with the intention complete and your act of faith working in their life. Imagine this now as you also feel how good it feels in your mind and your body to send this powerful energy to them. Now feeling so much better than before, and knowing that there is peace on earth for him who sends goodwill to man, and feeling so good to have shared your gift with them and your goodwill with another, you can begin to come back to the now when you are ready and open your eyes. Thank you so much for being here and participating in this imaginal act. There is so much power in thought, and we have the power to perform healing and miracles. It is a gift because we cannot be separated from the giver and the gift that is God. We are all one. We are all connected, and to give is to receive. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.